Hey everyone, this is probably going to be the hardest vlog I've had to do in a long time. Not because it's going to take a heck of a long time to edit. In fact, this time I don't even have a script. Normally I write down a couple of notes, things I want to say. This is pretty much all off the cuff and trying to be as honest as possible. And I'll try not to edit it too much, except for screw ups like that one there, which if you're hearing, I did not edit. But basically, this is just an honest kind of message to anyone who's grinding at whatever their passion is. So for those of you who do or do not know, I quit my job in February? Yeah, February, to kind of follow this dream of kind of creating content and working in esports and doing that sort of stuff. And while there have been a lot of highs, a lot of really cool moments so far, there have been a lot of lows, and in fact some of the lows are not even lows, they're more like this dead middle space. And that's kind of what I want to talk to you about today, is finding the motivation to keep going. I think the key so far, and look, I'm no expert at this, but the key so far is just sticking to why you wanted to do this in the first place. Whether that's a positive mantra as to where you want to be one day and keep sticking to that goal, and when the tough days just stick to your mantra as to whatever it is, or if it's keeping a negative mantra in terms of like things you never want to go back to. So you might have a situation where you quit your day job because it was just a toxic environment or you left a toxic relationship, and so you're trying to keep a negative mantra that I'm never going to go back to this place, and every time you see yourself sliding you kind of go back to that mantra. Or have a positive space. I know one of the journeys my wife and I have been on, we opened up a gym about 2 years ago, and look, it's been an up and down ride as well. It's in a good space at the moment. We've got a great bunch of people who train with us at the gym, and I think there were a couple of times when we'd gain 2 members and we were on top of the world. Yeah, we gained 2 members this week, and then lose 10 the next week. And we'd be below break even, and so we're like losing money that's supposed to pay for food, and the kids on the way, and all these worries. And the mantra was always just, my wife kept reminding us, was like, love the ones you have. You have all the stress about, we got to find new members and we've got to get new people, and we've got to make sure the gym's growing. But if you just look after the people that are there, then the rest will come. They'll be brand ambassadors, they'll keep word of mouth going, they're there, they're the ones that are supporting you. And I suppose it's the same in the kind of YouTube thing that I'm doing at the moment. I'll put out a video sometimes working really hard, and it'll do 100 views, and then one that you kind of put a mediocre amount of effort in does thousands of views, and you don't know why, but you kind of start going, well, why put any effort in? Because when I put a lot of effort, no one notices. And when I put in no effort, maybe still no one notices. But it's one of those sort of, you get that feeling of like, why am I grinding? So I guess in that vein, I'm going to borrow the mantra that my wife used with the love the ones you have. I just want to thank everyone that does watch my videos and that has subscribed. Even if you don't subscribe, I know a lot of people just watch the videos, the ones that interest them, and they don't watch the ones that they don't. I only really start subscribing to videos after a couple of ones that I've really enjoyed from a channel, because I don't want to get spammed with notifications and all that sort of stuff. I find enough of my stuff on YouTube just by Googling, so why would I subscribe? I get that. But thanks to those who have, thanks to the people who are always commenting and giving feedback, and even in a way, thanks to the haters, thanks to the guys who say something because then I go, okay, cool, I need to improve on something. I get that sometimes I'm just going to piss some people off. Some people are just angry people. I get that. But I guess it's still better to put something out there and get feedback, positive or negative, but that people are noticing it. And so thanks to those who have so far. And to those who are doing whatever their grind is, starting your own business or studying or doing whatever it is, following your passion, just just stick at it, man. Like the scariest thing for me is A, if you never try, if you never go after this kind of passion, but B, is if things get tough and you don't think it's worth it and you kind of back down. I can't remember who the author is. I think his name was Ira Glass, and he was saying that the most tragic thing about creatives is that they often have really good taste in their subject matter. So if you're a potential comedian and you've got particularly good sense of humor, as it were, and so you start out and you put out stuff, and let's be honest, it's not going to be that good. It's not going to be that good. It's not going to get noticed, and you're going to wonder why. And then a couple of things happen. Either you give up because, well, I'm doing this stuff and no one notices, or you're going to go, well, I'm just going to give people what they want, and you become generic as fuck and you do the same thing that everybody's doing because you go, well, if that's popular, that's what people want. And very few people just keep going and following that sense of humor that they have, that they know what is good music or good art or good comedy or whatever. So just, even if you have to portion out some of your time to do the stuff that pays the bills, I get that. Like, I do a lot of work still that pays the bills, and it's not passion work, but it's something that I'm skilled at, and you've got a unique skill and you've got to try and pay the rent. I get that. But there are a lot of times, at least carve out some sort of time to keep doing what you think, is funny, or that's good. Because do it for yourself. Do what you do the best, and I promise you the money will come. I wish I'd known it sooner. I realized at 32 what I was supposed to be doing, and there's still tough days. I know there will be plenty more. I chat to my friends who've been kind of freelancers or entrepreneurial, and they say that never ends. You can literally kill the best gig, the best piece of content, whatever, and the next day you're like, oh, I've got nothing lined up after that. I mean, I remember it was so kind of grounding at the time. I just got the opportunity to perform on Comedy Central, and obviously for a comedian in this country, big deal, and only about, I'd say, 40 or so comedians in the country have had the opportunity. Super, super awesome experience. And got home, I took a day's leave and went to Joburg and did the gig and came back and was just on top of the world and energized. And I was in my diary, my work diary, and it's one of those trite little ones that has those quotes at the bottom, that they basically read like sugar packets, like, do unto others as you'll do unto you, and a frown can be your umbrella, or I don't know. But the one that was the very next day was, and I'm probably going to butcher the words, but it was something along the lines of, if you did something, if you're proud of what you achieved yesterday, then that's because you haven't achieved anything today. And that was just like, whoa, that just pissed on my parade. But it was such a reminder that you just got to keep going. There are going to be bad days, and if you, in the same sense, you can take the positive out of that. If they're bad days and all you can think about is how horrible yesterday was, well, then nothing horrible has happened today. So you can take the positive out of that. But I guess the message was, even when you do something great, you got to keep moving. And so a little bit different content for the vlog today, but I need to get off my chest, even if not for you guys, for me, but to thank you guys, and that I'm going to keep grinding at this for as long as I can. Thanks to those who supported. Hopefully channel grows and more people can join this cult of the beard that we're forming here. And as always, I've been Gareth, and you guys have been awesome. Cheers.